What shapes the nature of a community? William Jennings Bryan is credited as saying, "Destiny is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of choice." Currently, the City of Longview is embarking on a comprehensive planning endeavor to determine a roadmap for our future. It's called the Longview Comprehensive Plan, and we invite you to get involved. As we're looking to the future, we're also taking a look back at our history to see some of the past planning efforts and some of the successful projects that have emerged from those efforts. Hi, I'm Sean Hara, and this is Living in Longview. We're joined today by Laura Hill with the Community Services Department here with the City of Longview, and also Michelle Norris and Lisa Yarborough, both board members of the Longview World of Wonders. Thank you all for being with us today.
Thank you.
Laura, first of all, let's talk about, why do we get involved in these kind of long-term planning projects? Why are those important for us?
The City of Longview has been planning, I know, for at least 25 years for significant major plans that have guided staff, guided elected officials in the development of our community. It's critical that we know what our citizens want, so we work on their vision, and we want citizens guiding us because they live in this community and they have visions that we need to make or bring to fruition.
Right. And talking about some of those past plans, you mentioned over the past 25 years, there have been several plans that have come together. And, sometimes it's easy to forget about what actually transpires from those plans. What are some of the successful projects that actually took place? Can you talk a little bit about, some of the things that have actually come to fruition thanks to those long-term plans?
I'd love to. There's so many examples, some of the key ones. For example, economic development has been in every strategic plan. And thanks to those visions and guidance and what citizens are telling us, we created LeadCo, and then they have two phenomenal business parks that are helping grow our community. From Parks perspective, since I'm community services, Lear Park is here because citizens had that vision. Lear first phase was funded in 1998, the significant phase in 2004, and we're still not finished. We want citizens to tell us, do they want us to finish Lear Park with the additional baseball fields and walking trail? Paul Borman Trail is another example. Citizens told us they wanted walking trails. We've built phase 1 and phase 2. Do they want us to continue building trails? We have land, but do citizens think that's important? So there's so many projects that if you think back throughout the years, our community, it hasn't been rapid, but we've made a significant transformation.
Right, the long-term planning obviously is long-term. We've got to be able to set those goals and then be able to put the funding in place to make it happen. But we need that input to be able to know what do we as a community want to see moving forward.
Precisely.
That's exactly right. Some of those long-term plans, as you look back at them, a lot of them mention activities for youth, activities for children, and there have been several efforts that have been made, but I think one of the most significant things that is really coming to fruition now is the Longview World of Wonders. Lisa, can you tell us a little bit about how your organization really came to be and how this dream has made its way towards reality?
Sure. In 1999, a group of volunteers partnered with the City of Longview to complete a feasibility study on whether a children's museum or children's activity center would be sustainable in Longview, and they found that it would be. 2001 hit, 9/11, economic downturn, so kind of got put on the back burner. In 2009, Mike Ellswick organized another group of volunteers to complete this vision of bringing a children's museum to Longview, and Longview World of Wonders was formed, also known as Longview WOW, because we wanted to inspire children to learn in a hands-on environment. So fast forward today, we are now in the process after 4 years of operating in a museum without walls environment. We're in the process of opening a building, a facility, a bricks and mortar facility in downtown Longview, and we're really excited about that.
Speaking of that, you've been doing these events for the past several years and gaining some name recognition as Longview WOW, the World of Wonders. What does it mean, Michelle, to be able to go from the idea of of being an organization that doesn't have a facility to actually now being downtown and having this dream really coming into reality?
Well, it means a lot. It means that Longview WOW's #1 goal is completed. We'll have an 18,000 square foot hands-on discovery center, which will allow children to make career connections through the art of play, as well as serve as an extension of the classroom, promoting STEM learning and the arts and humanities through our exhibits and our programming. In addition, we'll contribute to the cultural center of downtown. We'll bring in tourism through the city, as well as increase revenue for the city and local businesses.
Yeah, and you are, like you said, located right downtown. Can you guys tell us a little bit about, where exactly you are and how you chose to be downtown?
Well, our address will be 112 East Tyler Street, and it was really just the center down there was the perfect size for us. The building, like I said, is 18,000 square feet, which will give us about 11,000 square feet in actual exhibit space. We'll have 16 exhibit modules, including our big exhibits, Energy City, as well as Build It, featuring Lego bricks. And it will also have a laboratory for science and transitional spaces up to 3,200 square feet for traveling exhibits and rotational exhibits.
It really is an exciting project to see it moving forward and taking a building that had been vacant for several years and transforming it into this discovery center for children. And Lisa, it really fits in with that overall concept when we're talking about downtown of some of the other cultural activities that are happening there. How does that fit within everything else that's already taking place?
Yeah, that was one of our main goals, is being downtown with the Fine Arts Museum, with the Historical Museum, and the other activities that take place down there on special occasions, like the Christmas exhibit that's going on down there. We just wanted to be a part of that and be centrally located to that. And then after we got into the building, we learned that it used to be a children's park. Before anything was built there, it was Bodie Park, and so it just is so appropriate. It felt like home. I think Michelle and I both are really excited about the location.
Yeah. And it really fits in with the overall other big strategic goal for Longview has been to renovate downtown. You think about what was downtown like in 1999. None of the major street renovations had started at that time. And so within this past several years, we've seen a lot of progress taking place downtown. And it's all a result of that long-term planning of people saying, we want to see this take place, and then the funding getting together, and now the city being able to work on renovating the streets, and a group like yours coming forward and being able to do something from an independent group and making a dream come together. Laura, can you talk about that a little bit as far as how a group like Longview WOW fits in with the overall city planning?
To make Longview the success it is, and I hope will continue to be, this community has a phenomenal group of volunteers in so many areas that pull together in various capacities to make change happen. I'll take downtown as an example. The city's doing the streets and infrastructure. That's expensive, but without that, it would not attract organizations like WOW downtown. And downtown is a core for our community. It's where we were born. There are so many groups that bring passionate vision to creating a community that is attractive for young people, for our retirement community, for families, in so many ways that partnering, public-private partnerships. World of Wonder is doing this privately through private foundations and community fundraising, so they do need your help. Purely publicly financed, our partnerships with Gregg County. There's so much going on to move this community forward, and the planning is critical. We want citizens to tell us what their vision is, whether it's for parks, it's for streets, it's for public safety, it's for education, it's to take care of our young people so we have families wanting to come back to our community. There's so much going on that we truly need this impact from the plan to give us our marching orders to move forward.
Right. You mentioned the public-private partnerships,
Yes.
and this being an excellent example of that as we plan, we're not just talking about specifically city services, but what do we see as what we want our community to be moving forward. Is there anything else that you guys would like to say about, you know, the Longview WOW or the plan? Anything that we didn't touch on, or perhaps how people can learn more about Longview World of Wonders?
Yes, we actually have just finished our first round of renderings. There are conceptual renderings in our first section of design phase, and they are available online at www.longviewwow.org, so anybody can go and take a gander at all the neat items that will be in our exhibits.
And when can people look forward to maybe being able to actually see the doors being open?
We're anticipating an opening at the last quarter of 2014, provided that funding is available.
Well, fantastic. Thank you all for being with us today as we talked about long-term plans and how that brings about big changes like what you guys have talked about today.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
We hope that you've learned a little bit about how long-term planning has moved forward successful projects here in Longview. And we hope that you'll be inspired to talk with us about how our future can be here as a Longview community. We encourage you to get involved in the Longview Comprehensive Plan. Give us your input. You can go online to longviewtexas.gov/plan. Another way you can get involved is by hosting a community event or organization, and we'll be glad to work with you to garner that input from any aspect within the Longview community. You're also invited to participate in a special comprehensive planning event taking place at the LaTourney University Belcher Center on February the 10th. For all of that, you can learn more at longviewtexas.gov. We thank you for being with us, and thank you for watching City View Municipal Television.